What's up, boys? It's your boy Truex at 7 here. And I got asked a really interesting question on my Twitter account yesterday. I was commenting on a couple of threads from Thrasher and a couple other skate pages that I follow. And I guess one of you guys, one of my viewers, was also following that thread. And they DM me on Twitter and they ask, True Exodus 7, why do you skateboard? What keeps you going in the True Exodus 7, why do you skateboard? What keeps you going in the sport, and who's your favorite skater? So I'm gonna answer who's my favorite skater, and then I'll jump into like what keeps me going in the sport and why I skateboard. But before we do that, we're gonna kick it a little old school here since we haven't done this in a while. For all you vapors out there, get your cotton drip. Let's take a hit. And for all you smokers out there, get whatever you're smoking. Get it lit. Let's chill for a bit. Cheers, guys. All right. So, what's up, Michael? How you doing, man? Appreciate you tuning in, as I rarely get to live stream to YouTube anymore, which sucks. But anyway, so my favorite skater, I'm going to break this down into two sections. I'm going to break it down into my favorite skater currently and then my overall all-time favorite skater. So first and foremost, my favorite current skater right now, even though he's still, I'm pretty sure he's still active, but I haven't seen any footage come out of him recently. And I know he competed in Street League not too long ago, but my favorite current skater is Paul Rodriguez. Reason being is dude just kills it. He's gnarly. He can skate switch, fakie, normal, and nollie like it's nothing. Like all of them are comfortable for him, which is like the goal in skateboarding, which is where I wish I was at, and where one day I long to be. So and then my all-time current favorite skateboarder is Bam Margera. If you can't already tell from the heartogram tattoo right here. Yeah, Bam Margera is my all-time favorite skater. And there's a lot of reasons why. Not a lot of them are about his reality shows, believe it or not. I actually found out about Bam through Tony Hawk's Underground 1. He was like the Element video guy in Tampa Am when you won the Tampa Am contest in Tony Hawk's Underground. And I liked his little part where he was like skating a rooftop. So I typed in Bam Margera Element Rooftop, and that trailer came up, and I watched it, and I started watching all of his videos, and I still think Bam has one of the most unique skateboard styles. Like, a lot of people think that, he doesn't deserve to be a pro or whatever, but I highly disagree. I think Bam is probably one of the coolest, flowiest skaters that has ever graced a skateboard in his life. So, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to answer the two big questions I got asked. I'm going to start with what keeps me going in skateboarding is just the fact that it's something that I have tattooed on my body right here. And not just that, I got that tattoo because my whole childhood, all I ever wanted to do was be a skateboarder. Not even a professional. Like, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I wish I could be a pro skateboarder. I always just wanted to be a skateboarder because I watched a lot of videos on the early days of YouTube and even Daily Motion because that's where all the skate videos got posted before YouTube. And at my local Blockbuster at the time, we don't have a Blockbuster anymore, rip Blockbuster. But anyway, even then, I would go down there and I would rent skate DVDs. Like my mom and my dad would take me down there, and my grandma and grandpa would take me down there and say, what do you want to watch tonight? And, my friends that would go with me, they would pick movies and like comedy movies and kid movies. And one of the big ones that we always had to watch was The Iron Giant because that was really popular when I was a kid. But those were cool, but they just never really appealed to me because I didn't really care about movies. I liked skateboarding. So I was really enticed by skateboarding. So, like I said, I'd rent the skate DVDs and whatnot, and the skate VHS tapes and whatnot. And the first skateboarding anything that I can remember watching was It was way back in the day. It was one of the girl videos that had just came out in like late 2002 or 2003. Um, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool. These guys are just, skating around, hitting gnarly handrails and gaps. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing. Um, so that's kind of how I fell in love with it. And what keeps me going is just the progression. Like, I've been skating for almost 10 years. I got my first real board when I was 13. And I fell in love with it immediately, and I'm not good by any means. Like, I can do basic flat ground tricks, kick flips, heel flips, tray flips, or 360 flips. Maybe you know what those are, or maybe you know what name that. Maybe that's the trick by that name. Sorry, I can't speak good English. And I can do basic rail tricks. I can do board slides, 50/50s. I've been working on backside 5-0s. Backside 5-0s, but I got my front side ones down decently. I can do basic stuff, and I love skating vert and doing stalls, but it's just the fact that every time I skateboard, even if I don't learn something new that day, I feel that I progress. Maybe my style gets a little smoother, maybe a trick I've been working on gets smoother, maybe I just land a super clean kickflip. And it's stuff like that that keeps me going, but the reason I skateboard was the big question, and a big part of it was around my town. There's nothing around here. Everything around here sucks. And I know a lot of people say that, and a lot of people, when they say that, they're being dramatic. But my fucking furnace just came on. Now I have to move to the other side of the fucking basement. Son of a bitch. Normally, if I was vlogging, I would just cut this part out where I have to move. As I can't cut things out live, we're doing this live. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. A lot of people, when they say like, oh, my hometown sucks, there's nothing to do, there's actually stuff to do. The thing is, when I say it, I'm not just being dramatic. There's literally nothing around my area. My area really does suck. And the only thing that was around my area was a skate park. So I saw these cool skate videos, which made me want to skate already. And I just thought it looked so cool. And then having only a skate park around me, it was kind of my only option, was to skateboard. So I remember I was getting ready to turn 13. My grandma died in 2010, or 2006. So around 2008 or 2009, one of the two. Yeah, exactly, Eli. So around 2008, I got addicted to skateboarding. I was playing games. I was playing all of the like old Tony Hawk games too. I was watching videos on Charter on Demand, like all the skate videos, especially. And I just fell in love with it. Everything about it, every aspect. What's up, Richard? Tell your cousin to give me an autograph then. But I just fell in love with every single aspect of it. The way that it looked, the aesthetics. I fell in love with the culture because it was such a welcoming, loving culture. And I remember going to Glick's, which I believe is a clothing shop at this point, which is really fucking unfortunate. But anyway, I remember going to Glick's and begging my grandma, who I lived with, to please get me a skateboard. That's all I want for my birthday is a skateboard. I don't want any clothes. I don't want any money. All I wanted was this one skateboard. And it's funny because I actually still have my first skateboard. I'm going to show it to you guys real quick. If I can find it, it's here somewhere. This basement, I've given up trying to clean it. This basement is always going to be a fucking wreck, and I accept that for what it is. The wife's not happy about it, but I could really care less. Alright. Okay, so this right here was my first actual skateboard. As you can tell, this thing is shredded. It has no tail, no nose. It's chipped all the fuck. There's virtually no graphic, but this was a flip, and I drew a little Dogtown on it, a little Dogtown cross. Put my name on it, put a hardgram on it. But yeah, this was my first skateboard, and I remember that board caused so many arguments between my family and I because I wanted this board more than I wanted anything, and my family were just hell bent on I wasn't going to get it because school is more important than skateboarding, and sports were more important than skateboarding, and I just thought that was ridiculous. I still think that mindset is ridiculous. Um, but I remember my grandma buying it that day when I went. Because we had to go to the grocery store, which was right next to Glicks at the time. That Glicks isn't there anymore. And we went, and I remember running from the grocery store and walked out into Glicks. So my grandma had to follow me in there, because I wasn't going to come out until she came in there. So, and she knew that because I'm a persistent little bastard. So, um, so anyway, I went in. My grandma finally came in after like 10 minutes, and she saw me looking at this board, and I was holding it in my hands like this, and it had trucks and wheels, and I was just holding it like this. And I don't know if it was just the look in my eye or what it was, but my grandma knew that I wasn't leaving this store without this, one way or another. It was $100 for the full board, the whole thing, and I was, like I said, I was persistent because I wanted to skateboard pretty much more than I wanted to breathe oxygen in my lungs. So, after a very long, drawn-out argument within the Glick store, my grandma purchased the board, but the condition was that I would not get to skate this skateboard until my birthday. So, I agreed to the terms, and I came home, and I watched every skate tutorial that was on, at the time, Dailymotion and the early days of YouTube on how to do everything. Kick flips, ollies, manuals, nose grinds, everything you can think of, like every basic skateboard trick, I watched and watched and watched. So that way, when I got that board in my hands on my birthday, I could go out and skate it. So finally, around May, when my birthday is in May, I finally got that board handed to me. And I went out, and I went crazy on this thing. I mean, I did so many things on that board on my first day on an actual skateboard that I shouldn't have been able to do. I was doing manuals and ollies predominantly, and I started to try kick flips and heel flips. I didn't land one, unfortunately. That would be a cool story, but it didn't happen. So after that, I went through board after board, and I just kept skating. And I actually failed the 8th grade because I didn't want to participate in school sports. I didn't want to be an athlete. I didn't want to be a wrestler. I didn't want to be a football player. I damn sure didn't want to be a baseball player anymore. I wanted to be a skateboarder, and that was it. So I quit to the point I actually took an old Walmart skateboard. Or no, not Walmart. It was an Element skateboard that the graphic looked a lot like this one, where it was all tore up and shit. And the board itself was still in good condition, and I fucking spray painted it. And I did my own graphic on it with stencils and hand paint. And I was doing that all the time to old boards. I just find them at the skate park. Like, people would take them apart and say they were going to throw them away. So I would take the board and bring them home and paint them. A lot of them are down here somewhere in some old box. But there's literally probably 60 boxes down here just full of shit. But yeah, so that's how I started skating. I loved it so much that I quit everything else in my life to be a skateboarder. And I look back on it, and I would never change a single thing. The only thing I would change is I probably would never have started BMXing. I would have kept skating, and not had a short 6-month stint in BMX, because biking was cool. Like, BMXing was cool. And yeah, I made some great friends riding my bike, but it wasn't the same as, it wasn't the same as skating, and that's just it, man. Skateboarding is probably the thing that has kept me on this earth the longest. When I was depressed, skateboarding was there for me. When I was angry, skateboarding was there for me. Even now, when I get like mad at work, or I get mad about whatever in my life, I can come down to my basement. God has blessed me enough to give me a basement with concrete floors, with a high enough roof that I can actually skate through the wintertime. It's actually snowing outside right now here in wonderful tropical Illinois. So skating is just everything to me. Yeah, I'm a professional wrestler. Yeah, I have a 9-to-5 job, but both of those things are not, they do not hold near and dear to my heart as much as skateboarding does. And that's why I'll never grow out of the skate culture. Even when I wasn't skating this past year, because I just didn't have anywhere to skate, other than down here, and I didn't have any friends to skate with because all my friends have stopped skating. I still had, skate shoes as my predominant shoe. I still wear skate shirts. I still would go to skate parks with my board and just kind of hang out with people that I didn't know and just roll around, because I loved the culture that much. So, it's really cool to see a couple of my homies on Instagram starting to get some what's the right word? What is that word my wife uses that the kids use these days? Clout. So if you guys want to check out some really good skaters in my local area, make sure you go check out Curbside Army on Instagram. My buddy Zach is on their page a lot. I forget what his Instagram name is, but he's always on there, killing it. So you guys should definitely um, go check out his fucking clips on there. And yeah, so I know it's been a while since I've been live here on YouTube, and a lot of it I am, and I came down here because I had about 45 minutes to kill, and I just wanted to sit here and skate for 10, 15 minutes, then go live. So I'm getting ready to have to end this so I can go do what I got to do. But I just want you guys to know that, I am okay. So I know a couple of you messaged me on Facebook the other day and asked, if I was doing okay, like, is my mental health okay? I'm fine. Like, I'm genuinely fine. I just haven't had the time to sit down for 2 and 3 hours and play a video game. And I really do miss it. I do miss playing video games. So once I get my fucking crazy ass schedule together, we'll be going live again frequently, and we're gonna try to at least do like 3 to 5 streams a week. So yeah, guys, there's a couple of announcements coming to the YouTube channel at some point. Really big, like, important type announcements, but I'm not going to give anything away right now. You're just going to have to wait. It's really cool, though. I'm hoping to make an impact, not just on my area, but I want to raise awareness to something really cool that we will talk about at a later day. But I do each and every single one of you fuckers so much. I hope you guys have been having a great time. Hope you guys had a happy Halloween. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll probably see you before Thanksgiving, but if not, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And you guys do mean the world to me, and don't ever forget that. So I love you guys. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go do what I got to do. So skate video coming soon, though. Definitely going to be filming like a basement edit or something with a buddy or two. I got over here, you can see I got a blue flat rail. It should be like right underneath by all those boxes and stuff. So we do have a pretty cool skate edit coming soon, hopefully. So I love you guys. That's going to do it for now. But like I said, love y'all. Here's my skateboard. My skateboard says bye to. It says bye to all you guys. So I love y'all. And until the next live stream or video here on YouTube. Peace, love, and zombie slaying to all of you guys, the wonderful, wonderful True Nerd Nation. I love all you crazy sons of bitches so very much, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later, guys.